Hello everyone, welcome to SSC Aspirant World. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Indian Council Act 1892. Before entering into the topic, let me tell you background of this act. First one, Ilbert Bill. It was introduced in 1883. Before the introduction of bill, British subjects had been exempted from trial by Indian magistrates. Cases that involved death or transportation, they could only be tried by higher courts. So they only tried in higher courts. But this scenario changed with the introduction of Ilbert Bill in 1883. And this bill allows Europeans can be tried by Indian judges. And this made Europeans very furious because they thought Indians are very inferior to them. And all Europeans in India and England opposed the bill. And also they raised a fund around 1,50,000 for organization of defense association to oppose the bill. All Europeans opposed the bill very strongly. Later they amend the bill and conclude Europeans involved in cases, the jury or panel must contain 50% of European judges. And this passed in 25th January 1884 and it came into force 1st May 1884. This controversial bill is one of the reasons for rise of Indian National Congress in 1885. The leaders demand ICS exams to be held simultaneously in England and India. They wanted reforms in legislative council and demand election instead of nomination. Because last act Viceroy only nominated the non-official members, here they demand election. Also, they demand to reduce the expenditure in military because they are spending more money on military. Also, they wanted a right to discuss on budget matter, which was barred in Council Act 1861. During Ilbert Bill controversial, the Viceroy of India was Lord Ripon. He was the Viceroy of India up to 1884. Then the Viceroy of India was Lord Dufferin. He set up a committee to draw a plan for enlargement of provincial council. Later the plan was drawn, but when it was referred to Secretary of State, he did not agree to direct election, but he agreed to representation by the way of indirect election. As per Indian Council Act 1861, it brought Indians to discuss over the budget. But this act gave power of discussing the budget but with certain condition, which was they do not have right to vote on it. But members were given right to ask question on it to the executives. Also, members of legislative council could also questions on matters of public interest allowed only after giving 6-day notice. Even they could not ask supplement questions to them. They elect the members of council an indirect election system. It declared the elected member considered as nomination. So they considered as nominated member. Here the word election was very carefully avoided. In Central Legislative Council, non-official members are nominated by Viceroy under the recommendation of Provincial Legislative Council and Bengal Chamber of Commerce. In Provincial Legislative Council, the members are nominated by Governor of the provinces under the recommendation of District Board, municipalities, universities, trade associations and zamindars. So these are the provisions of this act and it has some defects. This act failed to satisfy INM. The rules of election were very unsatisfactory because certain classes were overrepresented and others did not get any representation at all. Also, the members in Legislative Council could not ask any questions, which is supplement question. They did not have rights to ask in supplement question. There is substantial control over the budget. British considered only a little. So thus leads to indirectly the rise of many revolutionary movements in India. These are the defects in Council Act 1892. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.